Large amounts of time had passed since leaving for the planet Testrune. I'd taken 3 naps, 4 if you count nodding off in front of the cockpit window. Taking the road less traveled was safer, but much more boring. I briefly spoke with Rusty about the word nervous and how it doesn't belong in the relaxed database. I also attempted to contact the device in my head, but failed. In fact, I hadn't seen my fogball friend since the incident on the bobber. As for August, he slept the entire time, or at least every time I passed by his door. I can't deny that I was intrigued by him. The female Earthling was skeptical, but something told me August was the genuine article. A true Earthling, and a part of me wanted to pick his brain. I crept out the door and peeked around the corner. All was quiet. Down the hall, I spotted August in his cell. He was standing on his head, talking to himself, against the female Earthling's wishes, and knowing she would most likely have me sucked out of a garbage chute. I activated the intercom near the cell door.
Chuck, if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood
August's
could
voice
woodchuck
blared
chuck?
out from the speaker, forcing me to muffle the sound with my hands.
How much wood
Excuse
could a
me?
woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
August.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a
August.
woodchuck could chuck wood?
Excuse
How much
me?
wood could a wood?
August paused, dropped his legs to the floor, and stood up in one fluid movement.
Brain exercises. Keeps the mind fresh.
He pressed his knuckle to his nose and cleared his nostril with 2 quick blows. It was disgusting.
So, you finally decided to let me out.
No. I mean, I can't do that.
I guess you're right. Obviously, you don't have that kind of authority.
What is that supposed to mean? August pointed his finger at me.
Well, look at you.
I'll have you know I come from a long line of, well, warriors.
You don't say.
I do say.
And what line is that?
The Jutsulki.
Never heard of them.
I scanned the hall, swearing I heard the female Earthling's boots coming my way. It's true, I whispered into the intercom.
Then I guess a great warrior like yourself isn't concerned with petty rules.
What's your point? August stepped closer to the cell door.
The redhead told you not to talk to me. But here you are.
How did you know that?
Because she told me not to talk to you either.
August stared down at me from behind the transparent cell door, his face split by a massive grin. It was hard to tell whether he was trying to appear smart or passing wind. But I got my answer soon enough.
She needs to install a fan in here.
I pressed both hands over the intercom, hoping to shield myself from the disgusting odor. Luckily for me, the intercom didn't work like that.
Why don't you just open the door and be done with it?
Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't know how. August pointed to the control pad on the wall, which consisted of one large button.
Up, down, left, right, then push it.
What? You know the code?
I watched her do it. Wait a second, you don't know the code? I thought you were partners or something.
We are. Sort of. Wobbly wheels echoed down the hall until Rusty appeared with a plate of food. He rolled over to me and stopped with the plate outstretched.
It's time to eat, sir.
Thank you, Rusty, but I would rather take it in my room.
It is not for you, sir.
Rusty twisted the keypad, causing the transparent door to ripple like a fluid. August, seizing his moment, raced towards the door, but the door flashed back to a solid state upon impact, dropping August to the ground like a sack of bag seeds. As August laid half crumpled on the floor, Rusty calmly passed the food through the watery membrane and placed it near August's feet. August leaped up as if nothing happened, though the red bruise on his forehead told a different story.
Time for more brain exercises.
August leaned up against the wall, rolled, and stood onto his head.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Rusty returned the door to its normal solid state.
I will bring your meal to your room, sir.
I slowly backed away from the cell as August continued his brain exercises.
Woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood could... Where are you headed?
I've decided to keep you in there.
Spoken like a true warrior.